Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are looking at the NBA Prizepicks plays for Friday. Happy Friday. We are almost done with the work week. We have a nice slate today, as usual on Friday. So there's a good amount of props posted. There's still going to be more posted. Yesterday's 4 picks, they went 2-2. Clay hit, and Siakam hit in the first half. But Wright missed also in the first half. And then Kawhi was scoring well, but they just got blown out by the Warriors, so he didn't play the fourth. So it is what it is. We move on to today, see if we can have a good day to get us going for this weekend. Got some under props I want to share, so let's get started. As always, you can hit the like button if you enjoy the video, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to play on Underdog Fantasy as well and use these same picks, you can use my code PROCESS for a $100 first deposit match, or up to $100 first deposit match. And Twitter is at the DFS Process if you want to follow there. And the first prop that we are looking at today is going with an under prop. And we're going with Ja Morant. I don't think I've taken any unders on him. But the assist at 8.5 looks to be a little high. Going up against the Nuggets team that they did blow out last time. So, you know, the Nuggets are probably going to be looking up and probably have this date circled on their calendars, trying to avenge that last game where they got blown out by the Grizzlies. This one is in Denver too, so it's always a tough place to play. They're a good defensive team, and it's just been a spot where Ja's not really gotten a ton of assists against this team. He's played them over a dozen or over 10 times, and he only has 9+ assists 3 times out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 11 games played. So 8 out of the 11 games he's been under. He's been 8 or less assists. He's had a bunch of games with 6 assists, and the minutes have been pretty good in most, if not all, these games. So I like the under. Just feel like last couple of times when Damian Lillard's assist was at 8.5 and 8 last couple days, or in like 7.5. I mean, you could take the unders there, which we did, and it worked out. So I like taking the under on Ja Morant at under 8.5 assists. Another under that I like in that game is going over to the other side, or going over to his teammate in Jaren Jackson Jr., and I like the under PRA for him. He's also kind of struggled against this Nuggets team. Wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets are able to hold the Grizzlies to well under their season average in scoring today. Jackson Jr. is always one of the most foul-prone players in the NBA, and he's going up against Jokic, who, even though he might not be matched up to him directly, there's always going to be switches during the game. Always going to be spots where Jokic is going to find cutters driving to the basket, and that's where Jaren Jackson could get into foul trouble. So he's played against this Nuggets team a good amount of times as well, and he hasn't played over 30 minutes in any of the last 4 games against him. Now, you do have one blowout in there in the most recent game, but he would not have hit it in that game either. Played 21 minutes, just gave you 7 points, 3 rebounds. Game before that, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Game before that, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He's kind of struggled staying out on the court. Some of the recent games against this team, 6 out of the last 7 games, he's played 28 minutes or less, and he's played under 24 in 6 of those games. So, you know, if he's not able to be on the court, he's not going to be able to produce, and I like the under if you believe he's going to get into foul trouble again. An over PRA prop that I think looks pretty good is, but this guy's been struggling recently, but it's a tremendous get-right spot anytime you're going up against a Hornets team, especially now that they are without Ball for the rest of the year. They just don't play any defense at all. You're going to see Banchero be able to drive to the basket, get you rebounds. He's played this team twice. He had over 40 PRA in the first game and over 35 PRA in the second game. He gave you an all-around great line in both games with high rebounds, good assist, and scored at a good clip. So I'm taking all 3 in another matchup against a Hornets team that's gotten even worse losing Ball. So the Magic should be able to pile up the points here. Banchero's been struggling, but he got some tougher matchups that he's faced with going up against the Bucks last game. He did do well against the Pelicans. You know, the Pacers, you probably would have hoped he would have done better, but you know, the Hornets, it's just a different team with, I mean, the Pacers, they still have Turner down low who's going to block shots, but the Hornets don't really have anybody down low anymore. So I like Banchero. I think he's going to be able to rebound at a good clip. He's going to be able to get out in transition. They have no forward that can match up to Banchero in terms of size, so expecting him to have a good game. So that's the over that I like, 31.5. I think Fultz also you could look to an over if you wanted to. He's played well recently. His points been there. He gives you good rebounds and assists for a guard. For our fourth prop, we're going over to Cam Johnson, who's been producing really well since he's been a member of the Nets. We know with Simmons no longer really in the fold, it's just going to lead to more minutes for Johnson and these rest of the guys that they acquired at the deadline. So even though it's not the easiest matchup against Boston, it's a spot where he's getting so many more opportunities than he was when he was in Phoenix, and Booker and Ayton and Paul were getting all the usage. So he's being able to produce more, playing next to still with his former teammate in Bridges, and Dinwiddie looks to get guys involved. So the points looks good. The rebounds I don't hate. I would take the points and rebounds though at 19.5. He could get you some assists, but he's not really that much of an assist guy. In his last 4 games total, he has 2 assists, but in the last game he just couldn't miss from 3. He made 7 threes. He could get it done with the scoring alone. 2 out of his last 3 games he's dropped at least 27 points. And if he's playing well, he's going to get the minutes. He can get up to like 34 to 36 minutes. Worst case, you're probably looking at high 20s. If the Celtics somehow are kind of in control of this game, but I still think he'll be able to get you 20 points and rebounds the way that he's been playing recently, as long as he stays some level of high as he was his last game, where he was just couldn't miss from the outside. And Boston's a team that they like to shoot a lot of threes themselves, so you could get some longer rebounds in those situations, and Johnson can get out in transition, maybe get some open looks. That's the fourth prop. And then the fifth prop, I was looking at Jeremy Grant today. He's going to be asked to score more with Simons out, and just with Nurkic, he's missed so much time already. Matchup against the Hawks, his point total is at 22.5. He's going to be, and he's also done a good job getting to the free throw line if you wanted to take that at 5 free throws made. Last couple of games, he hasn't even been a sweat for him, but matchup against the Hawks down low, Collins been struggling a little bit with his fantasy scoring recently. Grant, sometimes he'll just score, not too much of anything else, but rebounds would be the second category to look at to hit for him. But I think the Hawks, they just let teams put up points against them. It's going to be Lillard mostly. If Lillard isn't taking every shot, then it's going to be Grant, playing alongside like guys that just don't like to score and shoot much, like Reddish and Thibault, and the guys that they got, the newer guys, they just don't like to shoot. So Grant's going to get more opportunities to shoot. Same thing with Lillard. Hopefully Lillard doesn't take all the shots and lets Grant shoot some, because if he does, I feel like he's going to be able to get you at least 23 points. But those are the 5 props that I like today. As of right now, we're looking at under 8.5 assists on John Morant, under 23.5 points, rebounds, assists, Jaren Jackson Jr., over 31.5 PRA on Paolo Banchero, over 19.5 points and rebounds on Cam Johnson, and over 22.5 points on Jeremy Grant. Leave other props in questions in the comments below. And best of luck today, and I will see you all most likely tomorrow.